Wow. Just wow. No left hand up, no right hand up, no hands up at all. The Washington Commanders lose 20-12 in embarrassing, disgusting fashion on national television Sunday Night Football to the New York Football Giants. They fall to 7-6-1. Evan, your immediate thoughts to this game?
I mean, this just reinforces the idea that we need an offensive lineman in the first round of the 2023 draft. I don't see how you look at that game and you see how the Giants were just owning the line of scrimmage. That's really how they won this game. They beat our offensive line. They beat our defensive line. Like they took our defensive line completely out of the game,
Yep.
and from there it was just over, man. But
Mhm.
I mean, we still control our own destiny. We can still get in if we win out. And we also have the benefit of the Seahawks going to Arrowhead next week. So the season's not over. It's not over yet, but this is one you would have liked to win.
Yeah, I agree. It was terrible. I mean, again, oh, here we go with our first comment. Carlton Harris. I guess hate comes to the territory, but I watched the whole game. They cheated still. HTTC take him in. I guess we can talk about that first. Officiating, Evan, that we talked about it before the stream, the illegal formation call. Blind refs. I mean, Terry looked at the referee, gave him the thumbs up twice. And as soon as B Rob scores, we're like, okay, let's take touchdown away from him. 5 yards back. What were your thoughts on that?
Now I'm trying not to blame refs no more because at the end of
Uh-huh.
the day, the Giants won this game like in the trenches. That's how they won.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, Terry McLaurin looks over at the ref two different times to see like if he was set up like correctly, right? And the ref says, "Yeah, you're good." And then B Rob scores, and suddenly Terry was in a legal formation the whole time. Like, what are we doing here? And then the next play, Curtis Samuel gets bear hugged, no call. Like, what are
Mhm.
we doing here, man?
Mhm.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I agree. It's
Like,
just
granted, that wasn't the whole reason we lost this game. If anything, it was like 20%, a generous 20%. But at the same time, though, you can't miss calls like that with the game on the line, man.
yeah.
You just can't.
I agree,
Like there
man.
needs to be some accountability for officials, man. There just needs to be.
It's embarrassing, man. And then the offensive pass interference call on Jahan Dotson, the 2 point conversion. Like, what are you supposed to do there as Jahan? Like, I
That's
legitimately
the
just
second time. That's the second time this season he's been called for pass interference when he really couldn't have done nothing.
is what I'm saying. Even I think it was Tony Dungy. Like, what is the receiver supposed to do to avoid that? It just doesn't make any sense. And we have a family friend as a Cowboys fan. Thanks for the clearance, but Giants all down. They moved the ball, but couldn't convert. Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. The Giants, they single-handedly, they had a game plan. It literally was our game plan. They just stole it right from us. Chew the clock down, run with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley looking like his old self. I mean, put John Bostic on skates. Holy crap, Evan. What was your thoughts on Saquon Barkley's performance today?
Barkley Barkley was more so what I like to call timely plays. Like
hmm
he didn't have too many yards. Like his final stat sheet ain't gonna look too impressive, despite the I mean, even though he did have 3 first downs on 3 straight carries, but he got the yards when it mattered for the Giants. He kept the drives alive when it mattered for the Giants, and that was a big reason why New York was able to get out of here with the win.
Yeah, I agree. And it just sucks because, like, they legitimately have no weapons besides Darius Slayton. I mean, Isaiah Hodgins and Richie James. What are we doing? And it just seemed like as if every 5 yard pass, like we were just 5 yards behind them. I don't know if it was the schema and the game plan. I mean, Darius Slayton, 6 catches for 90 yards. Isaiah Hodgins, 5 for 44. Team as a whole, we just didn't do good, man. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat, Jansen. Where was it? This defensive line? Where was it? It wasn't there. It's so frustrating. And Chase Young, I'm gonna bring him up because a guy on the other side, a young guy, a rookie, Kayvon Thibodeau, was balling out today. That's what we're supposed to see from Chase Young. I understand injuries, but again, what are we doing wrong? It's completely frustrating. Charles Leno getting beat by a rookie constantly. Just a pest. And Aziz Ojulari, great players, but it just stinks, man. And took us so long to get Terry into the game. I don't know, man. It's just this Giants team. They literally built like us, but we have receivers and they have a better running back than us. I don't know. And Scott Turner, man, I want to talk about him. You go into the red zone all the way down. B-Rob is carrying you to the end zone, and you decide to shy away from the run and pass it. What was your thoughts on Scott Turner's play calling today?
I just feel like Scott Turner went away from what worked like too many times. And you seen it the first 3 drives. We was in Giants territory each and every drive. But then Scott got conservative with the play calling, and we ended up with 3 points out of all of that. Like really Scott Turner's play calling was a big reason why we lost. Like you can't even really blame the defense too much because at the end of the day, they only gave up 1 touchdown. Yeah. The defense only gave up 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. But the offense, 2 turnovers and didn't get going. And once the Giants got that 97-yard drive together, our offense couldn't get nothing going until the third quarter. So
yeah.
Here
we go with Daniel Jones. I don't think any QB NFCs can do what Daniel Jones with. I mean,
he didn't beat us tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
It was Kayvon Thibodeau that beat us, not Daniel Jones. Let's not mix.
Yeah, I agree, but it just sucks because Daniel Jones owns us, Evan. I mean, I hate to admit it, but he does. I know he doesn't like him himself.
One thing Daniel Jones did tonight that Taylor Heineke didn't do.
I know. I understand that. Like he playing wise, he hasn't done.
He wasn't the one that beat us, is what I'm saying.
I get that. But him with the Giants is ever since he's been here, it's just like what a record, like 7-1-1. It's just it's frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. Like it's just he doesn't do a lot to get himself in trouble. But when we put here we go 5-1-1 against Commanders. Damn, but a Cowboys fan trying to correct me. But I don't know. I thought like every time we put pressure in the pocket, he found a way to get the ball down here we go. He's a Giants fan, so he's trolling. I know Cosby is my career should have won. I don't know, man. It's just Daniel Jones, like going to him, like him getting paid and performing wise. I don't think he's great, but he does good enough to be serviceable. I mean, what was your thoughts on Daniel Jones' performance today?
I feel like this Daniel Jones saga only ends in a way that the Giants regret. Like either they give him money and he regresses, or they don't pay him and he goes somewhere else and balls out. I just don't see the Giants long term sleeping happy with whatever they decide to do with that man. I just don't know why I get that feeling, but I just do. Yeah. Like because at the end of the day, he ain't really beat us as much as Kayvon Thibodeau beat us. Mm-hmm. Kayvon Thibodeau was the whole reason our offense couldn't get nothing going, especially at the end of drives. And it's like Daniel Jones moved the ball in between the 20s, but like especially in the second half, the defense came up with a stop every time they needed to. So really, like, and it's like, and this is the reason why I'm not big on. This is the reason why I say quarterback, like wins and losses, is not a quarterback stat. Daniel Jones and the Giants offense only 1 touchdown tonight, 1 offensive touchdown. Taylor Heineke and the Commanders offense, what was it? 1 touchdown tonight? 2? Was it 1?
It was 1 to Jahan Dotson. Yeah,
1 to Dotson. So it's like, regardless of who won, would you really feel comfortable giving the win to either quarterback instead of the defense? Because I say no.
I agree. No. Yeah, I mean, again, the winning the turnover battle is key. First strip sack, it hurt. I mean, just Taylor got blindsided. The second one, I really thought he was down, but oh my god, last second, I'm like, they stopped challenging. I was like, there's only so much you could do there. But I mean, Taylor, how would you grade his performance today? Because he showed some grit. I mean, we used him in the RPO games, you know, read options. You gotta love it. There was one time where he didn't go out of bounds and got hit by Kayvon Thibodeau from the back. I thought he was going to fumble or get hurt, but he got up, first down celebration. Again, I love supporting this man. Has the heart of a lion, but the mechanics are sometimes not there. How would you grade his performance today?
It was a typical Taylor Heineke performance. Did well enough to keep us in the game, but just not well enough to get us over the top when we needed it to. But that's why, honestly, if it's me, I'm sticking with Heineke like the last 3 weeks. And then for 2023, it's Howell. Howell's my guy, 23.
So the CEO of the Sam Howell Club, man.
See, me, it's like I understand what's going on, bro. I understand what's going on. We're not putting Howell in until we're mathematically eliminated.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. That is true. That is true. And to add more insult to injury, I talked about Chase Young being out, but Ben St. Juste being out again. It just hurts. Arguably our best. I mean, I'm arguably he is our best cornerback on this team, and those two being out, it showed, right? I mean, what was your thoughts on that? And Evan, is Chase Young coming back or not? Like, is this guy playing this year? Is it not worth playing him at all? I'm tired of this discussion.
It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess at this point because I get the feeling this all comes from a conflict of Chase wants to play versus the mutual understanding of why it might be better to hold off and play it safe. I feel like it's that ongoing battle. So I feel like week to week we're not really gonna get a solid answer until like the end. But if what I'm thinking is true, then hey, that's just a dog and Chase.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mental game, but if he himself is not ready again, there's no point in rushing him. Again, we don't want to make that same mistake again. He's a young guy, but hopefully St. Juste comes back soon because we definitely need him, especially since we're going against the 49ers and they have some elite weapons on their offensive side of the ball. But going back to this game, I guess we talk about some positive. Jahan Dotson, the rookie.
2022 Rookie of the Year. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, really? Damn, he's putting that out there.
2022 Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
5 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Bro.
Had that nice deep ball. Wait, 54 yards? I'm a triple? I don't know. I thought it was, I don't know. Maybe he played amazing today. What a catch, that long deep ball, and then the touchdown. I really think if he didn't get hurt, could be Offensive Rookie of the Year, to be honest. Still has a chance, maybe, but Christian Watson's up there, too.
Giants had no answer for him. They had no answer for him. They had no answer for Terry. They had no answer for Ryan Robinson. But it's on Scott to dial up plays for those guys, and he just didn't.
Yeah, Scott Turner, man. It sucked because I remember Jason Garrett was hyping up Scott Turner in the pregame show, and obviously everyone picked the Commanders, but Tony Dungy. So
Tony Dungy.
Shout out to Tony Dungy.
And I thought Tony Dungy picking the Giants was a 1 for us because it broke up the Commanders jinx, but nope.
Nah, the jinx forever lives on, man. Oh, here's a question for you. Sam Howell draft Levi in the Levi?
Howell. And the reason why I say Howell is because when you think about it, the biggest argument you can make against Sam Howell in 2023 is that he's not a first-round pick, is that he wasn't a first-round pick. But even then, we've seen time and time again that you don't need to be a first-round pick to be a starter in the NFL. I mean, look at Tom Brady. He's the best example. Look at Russell Wilson. Yes, I know he stunk in Denver this year, but even that don't change the fact he's been starting consistently in the NFL for a decade. You look at Mike White. Where did he come from? You look at Taylor Heineke right here. I went through all these examples, didn't even mention Taylor Heineke. And then you look at Davis Mills. Where did he come from? And the list goes on and on and on. You don't need to be a starting quarterback to to be a first-round pick. And the whole argument of, oh, he's not ready, but if he was really all that, he would have started by now. No, he wouldn't. And it's because he's a rookie quarterback on a team that's trying to win right now. The Commanders, let's face it, I'm on the Sam Howell train. They were not going to put Sam Howell in a game until they were mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Until they were at a point where they looked up at the standings and they were like, okay, we're definitely not going to make it. No, we still could make it if we get this next game and then maybe the game after that. No, again, they weren't going to put him in unless there was a situation where, okay, we're clearly not going to make it because we need too much stones to fall in the right place. We need too much things to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the same thing the Chiefs did in 2017 with Patrick Mahomes. Because when did Mahomes make his first start? It wasn't week 1. Yeah. The week had a 1 in front of it. The week had a 1 in the number, but it wasn't week 1. And then the Ravens did the same thing the very next year with Lamar Jackson. So I ask you, what is the difference between those situations and the Sam Howell situation? There really isn't a lot. There really isn't a lot, especially considering those teams sat their quarterbacks for. Like the Chiefs sat Patrick Mahomes
For
behind
Alex,
Alex Smith,
Alex Smith.
the textbook definition of a pocket passer and a game manager. The Ravens sat Lamar Jackson behind Joe Flacco, who at this point in his career was basically a statue in the pocket, and he was turning into a game manager. It's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, Sam Howell in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sam the man. Hopefully, I mean, I'm looking at the stats for this game going back. We had more time of possession, 41 and 28. More rushing yards, 165 to 134. More passing yards, 246 to 182. More total yards, 411 to 316. Total plays, more first downs. I mean, again, man, there were so many key plays where we just should have got to stop. That 4th and 9 killed us, destroyed us. It just seemed as if those receivers were getting open. They were doing whatever they wanted. I mean, it would have been a cherry on top if we saw Kenny Galladay starting, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't playing due to injury or something. But yeah, man, I don't know, dude. And then
knowing how the Giants play against us, Kenny Galladay would have housed one.
It's just
like,
it's
for no reason.
It's completely frustrating, man. And Landon Collins dogging us too. It's like, like on national television, it sucks so much because the whole media was hyping us up this week. Everyone was picking us to win, and now we go into next week playing a San Fran team who's hot. Brock Purdy's looking good. George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. I think Debo's out. Christian McCaffrey. That defense.
Debo's still out.
Oh, Debo's still okay.
That defense still out. He won't be playing us this week.
Yeah, the defense is still insane. I mean, we can go back to the defense. How would you rate the performance today? I mean, I know you said that obviously gave up one touchdown, but again, like the offense put him out there in such terrible situations.
All things considered, I actually got to give the defense a B. I got to give the defense a B because like the D-line could have played better, but at the same time, there's only so much down you could say about allowing just one defensive touchdown. Allowing one defensive touchdown, 3 scoring drives, 2 of which were field goals and long field goals at that, like 50-plus yards. So this team, the Giants, only got in the red zone once. Mm-hmm. The defense, for the most part, and it was the secondary too. It was the albeit banged up secondary that really held down the fort. I mean, you talk about guys like Derek Forrest almost had a pick. Kendall Fuller did his job. Bobby McCain did his job. Danny Johnson. Let's talk about Danny.
For 2 early incompletion.
Talk about did his job. Danny Johnson was flying today. He was flying tonight.
Yeah, I agree. It was good.
Absolutely flying.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm wondering why we don't have him back on punt returns now instead of Dax Milne.
I'm not opposed against it.
He used to do that.
He did. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone's better than Dax Milne, right? Maybe
I'm better than Dax Milne.
Adam, we gotta put you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just completely frustrating. Another bright spot. Brian Robinson was eating early today, man. I mean, Evan, we talked about Scott Turner not giving the ball, but how good is Brian Robinson? And I was talking to my friends about this during the game. Do you think he's a candidate for comeback player of the year, or he just doesn't fit the standards for that?
Brian Robinson. Ordinarily, I'd say yes, but it gets kind of like murky because he's a rookie. Yeah. Because it's like, on the one hand, like, because now the question is, come back from what? Like, I mean, we know he came back from a bullet wound, but we also know before the bullet wound he had no NFL experience. So it's like you don't know which way the committee's gonna go on that, man. You just really don't know. It's kind of murky, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. It is very murky. But yeah, man, this team really just finds a way to disappoint us yet again. You know, a quote that I always live by, and I don't know if you remember, it was in the new Spider-Man movies, and they had told Peter Parker,
"How do we fall, Bruce?"
Or no, it was
that was the Kevin Gates thing.
Yeah, that's Kevin. Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And he said, "Why do we fall, Bruce?"
Yeah, I remember that. But the quote that I was talking about was when Zendaya was like, "Expect disappointment, so you don't get disappointed." And I feel like that's the story of my life, the motto for this team. It's just every time you thought you reach the top, you just find a way to go back down, and it sucks, man, because we have the momentum. It just completely shifts this team. like even if we make the playoffs and we lose in the first round, do we fire Ron? I think Scott has got to go, Evan. I mean, I don't know. Is there really anything else much else to say to defend this man?
Yeah. I mean, not really, but I feel like Ashburn syndrome's affected everybody else because everybody else in this fan base expects the worst like at all times. But me, I have this weird analytical approach to it. Like, okay, if the worst should happen, how bad does that mess us up?
That's what I'm saying.
And I kept saying to myself like the whole week, like in the event of a loss, we're not a game ahead of Detroit. We're a game and a half ahead of Detroit. The tie matters. And sure enough, the tie is the whole reason we still have a playoff spot.
Yep, that is true. I mean,
against Minnesota, it would be of all teams right now.
I know. That is crazy. Minnesota coming back, largest comeback in NFL history.
The hilarious thing is we can only say but so much about how they had to come back against the Colts because we almost lost to the Colts ourselves.
Yep.
Ours was in Indy, though. Ours was in Indy, but still, we almost lost to that very same team.
Yeah, man. How about this comment, Evan? What you think about it? I'm drinking water. I know gasoline, but close to gasoline.
I'm drinking what I'm drinking. You know what? We're going to call it copium. I'm drinking copium, bro. Like, our loss tonight was bad enough to knock us out the 6th seed. Wasn't bad enough to knock us out the play. We still got another shot. We control our own destiny.
Mm-hmm. We got San Fran, Cleveland, and Dallas, right?
San Francisco, I'm telling you right now, is going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah,
it's going to be a defensive battle. Because on the one hand, you could say how are the Commanders going to deal with Joey Bosa? That is a very big problem. But you could also say how is the Niners defense? I mean, not defense. How is their offensive line going to deal with Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne and Montez Sweat? Because what are the odds that they get locked up like they did tonight again? What are the odds that happens 2 games in a row?
Hopefully slim. Gotta go back to that drawing board.
And then, yes, we'll probably have to play the Chase Young. Will he play? Won't he play game again? But
I hate this game.
Get Benjamin St. Juste back. When do we get Benjamin St. Juste back? All I'm saying is I've been running it through my head, and the San Francisco game doesn't exactly look impossible for us.
Yeah. It just sucks, man.
Because, like, you hear all the time, like, oh, we're not going to beat San Francisco. But there was also points in the season where we were saying to ourselves, we're not going to beat Philadelphia. We're not going to beat the Packers. We're not going to beat Indy. Look what happened all 3 of them games.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's got us to where we are right now.
Yeah. It's just like, speaking of the 49ers, that Brock Purdy touchdown, beautiful play call, beautiful execution. I mean, something to get ready for when it comes to that guy. But he went back to the team. I mean, Evan, it's just like, it was just so disappointing seeing like constant missed opportunities. And I don't know, man. Like, I want to have hope for this team. Obviously, I want to, like, I'm telling you, if we win a playoff game, I'm buying a Taylor Heineke jersey. But is it going to happen? Who knows? Again, they hyped up this game. They wanted a lot of fans to go there. Saw a lot of Giants
fans.
Honestly,
for me, it's like, just get in. Just get in, and then whatever happens, happens.
So we go back to the future then. If they get into the playoffs but lose in the first round, do you fire anybody?
Okay. I feel like, see, this is a good question. It's a gray area. Yeah. It's a real gray area, ain't it? Because
really gray.
First of all, it depends on it really don't depend on who we lose to because it would be a road game anyway. But it really depends on how we lose, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if we get behind and we fight back, or if it's a close game, then like maybe like bring everybody back on a short leash. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I feel like in that situation, we probably talk ourselves into letting them do that. If we get blown out, somebody got to go. If we have a lead and we blow it, somebody got to go. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of variables in the if we get in and lose in the first round thing.
Yeah, there is a lot, and I mean I don't know. This loss is just it stings. It really stings. We had it and we just didn't have it really. I mean the Giants. What are your thoughts? Do you think the Giants could make a playoff push or no? They're just
the Giants are basically in the playoffs now. Yes.
But do you think they could make some noise in the
Yeah,
playoffs?
you said, do I think they can win while they're in there?
Yeah.
All right. So if the season were to end today, they play San Francisco. They play San Francisco. But for me to say they can't beat the Niners would be very hypocritical, seeing as how I'm the one saying that it's possible for the Commanders to beat the Niners, and we couldn't even beat the Giants this year.
Yeah.
Plus, New York, they just, I don't know how to describe it, but they've been getting really lucky when they needed to get lucky, because some of these games they won. Not saying tonight was one of the nights, but some of these games they won, they really should have lost, bro. Like Tennessee, they should have lost. Jacksonville, they should have lost. Like the Giants just have this habit of pulling wins out of absolutely nowhere, especially when we're on the other side of the field.
Yep. Yeah.
Like who's to say that they can't do that to San Francisco? Who's to say they can't do that?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. But I think that's about it, man. I mean, the San Francisco game, gotta look into it. Gotta go back to the drawing board and St. Juice and Chase. Hopefully, we can get one of them, maybe both. That'd be nice. But
yeah,
the Chase Young game is so hard to play because it's like questionable. Oh, he's trending towards the right direction.
Because it's like he wants to play. You get the feeling. You get the
Yeah.
feeling that's what's holding this all up, is because he wants to play, and that's why we're getting this whole, oh, he's questionable, he looks good in practice, this, that, and the third. You know it's because he wants to play.
Yeah, but Saturday morning or Sunday morning or late Saturday night. Oh, Chase Young is not expected to play.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Rivera and him are holding him back.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just Chase, man. We really need him.
And by the way, before we get up out of here, Commanders still do control our own destiny. We're a current 7 seed, and at this point, it's a 3-horse race for the last wild card spot. Us, Seattle, and Detroit. Tie breaks do not matter unless the Seahawks or the Lions tie. We go to San Francisco this week. Seahawks go to Arrowhead. Lions go to Carolina.
Ooh, but the Lions are hot though. They are hot.
They really should have went to overtime today, man. Yeah. They should have. I'm not saying they should have lost, but they should have at least went to overtime today. Bro, tell me you seen how that, like, please tell me you seen how that game ended.
Yeah, it was they missed the extra point. I know, field goal, right?
No, missed field goal, and he missed it badly. Like Zerline missed that joint bad.
Oh, badly. I thought he just missed it.
He missed that joint bad.
Zerline, Greg the leg.
Like, it was one of them kicks that was like never good, like not even for a second.
Damn, that is.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
But Carolina's been playing better since the coaching change, so I wouldn't say any one of these games are not losable. Between
who do you think wins it?
Between us, Seattle, and Detroit, I'm not going to say any of them games are not losable.
But who do you think wins the NFC South? It's so sad because the Bucs are like 6-8.
Who cares, bro?
I know, but Dallas is gonna get a free win. Let's be honest. Whoever they play in the first round,
it's gonna be Dallas.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be Dallas, and it's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, it's gonna really suck. But not too long ago, we were in that position, so we really can't criticize them. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Sucks a lot. But with that being said, Evan, I mean, is there any final thoughts about this game before we're out of here?
We're not beating San Francisco sounds a lot like we're not beating
Philly. Okay. I like it. You got to have some optimism.
It's just a matter of we got to handle our business, so let's handle our business.
True.
Tonight sucked, but it's over. Put it behind us and move on to San Francisco.
Yeah, I agree. It stings, but thank you all guys for staying tuned. I know it's really late, 12:34 a.m. Eastern Central Time, and probably a lot of you guys are sleeping. Some of you guys may have watched the Wizards game too and just saw LeBron just cook us.
We lost on a Thomas Bryant dunk.
Ah, man.
On a Thomas Bryant dunk, man.
You gotta love to see it. Sadly, Naughty couldn't be with us because he's at final tomorrow morning, so good luck to him on that. And Noah is just a busy man, but got our boy Evan here, one of the best on the DMVSportsZone, and he is the one that has the optimism. I'm the one that is keeping him down because of the negativity.
No, that's not it. We both know that's not it.
Yeah, low key, it is not. Deep down, he's a Washington hater, but we won't tell him that.
Don't lie to the people, man.
Yeah, I agree. That's true. That's true. But with that being said, guys, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at DMVSportsZone. Just Commanders content. Got to push it out there. Also, I know we don't plug in as much, but follow Evan on TikTok. Is it the voice of Evan? Right?
Yep.
Man, just popping off on there.
I
Great
made a
content.
very painful TikTok tonight, man.
Oh, it's about the Commanders and Giants. I can't wait to see
No, it's
that.
not that one.
Was it the Wizards?
No.
Who else would it be about?
Our loss got the Cowboys in the playoffs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I saw that. Damn, that even hurts
You
more.
have no idea how bad that hurt me to make, man.
Damn. Actually, that doesn't hurt. That stings more. With that being said, guys, as always, next week, San Francisco is coming up. Let's see how this team does. Will Chase Young come back? Who knows? No left hand up for this one, but we'll have a peace sign. All right, guys, we're out. Ooh.